Hi, after 2 weeks away from the watercolours, thought I'd better get back to doing some. The basics of wet in wet. Clean piece of paper, new piece of paper, Fabric 130 pound weight, that is. Just wet it all over, and it will start to soak into the paper, and it will expand, and I can clip it just by. I normally use the clips, but I haven't got a board that size. We've got a bit of white melamine, but you can't separate it from the colour of the paper, so the lack of colour. So I'll put a bit of burnt sienna, raw sienna, into what's going to be the sky. Just tip the brush in there. I did another one earlier on the other side of this, but it's not that good. Not good enough for you, so I'll just put that in there. We'll put a bit of blue in. Sky. Now, whether we do a water, we'll decide in a minute. So just ultramarine. When your brush starts to split, you need a little bit of water in it, and then it'll just come together. But I'll put that in there just in case we do go in for some water. Probably will. I like putting water in. There's no limit to what you can do with your skies. And we'll put in a bit of alizarin and a bit of Payne's Grey for some cloud. Well, that was Ron Ranson's favourite way of making clouds. Payne's Grey and a bit of alizarin. Okay, well that'll do. We won't do any more than that. Maybe just a little bit there. Okay, clean the brush. I'm going to give the paper a bit of a re-clip. I'll just dry my brush. Try to keep the paper flat. A little bit of tug and just gently re-clip it. I've got the board at about 40-45 degree angle. It's quite tricky using the paper upright. The gravity makes the water move so quickly and radically. Let's get a bit of a get some distance in there. And we'll put in a bit of warmer mountain, bit of burnt sienna in with that mix. So I'm going to use the texture. One of my varnish brushes. I'll just vary the colour in here. As the paper dries, it will go harder edge. See there we've I'll wait for that to dry a little bit, and I'll just put a bit of a reflection in there. I'll let that dry, then I can put something underneath it. I think there's a bit of a reflection there. And then we'll let's try one of these varnish brushes. There's plenty of cloth. No, this is the Inch Pro Art varnish brush. The bristles, it's made from the same animal, but it's a harder bristle than the hake. And as we come to the foreground. We want to add some warmer colours, bit of red, bit of that. A bit of black, a bit of grey, and a bit of red in there for lifting out some rocks and some grasses. So you need a darker paint, thicker paint. Interesting. Right, my little card. Can you see that? Just put some texture in. And then we'll just, with the pointy bit of this, just adds a bit of nice, you can flick up in the wet paint, look, but use the rounded edge of the card. If you do it too hard, the paint, or if it's too wet, the paint will run back in the groove and you'll get a black line. But I quite like that. So I'm going to fill in that background now. We used the hake for that. So a bit of a warmer colour. So a bit of red, a bit of blue, and a bit of yellow. So let's just. I'm only doing this because of that. The reflection went down a bit too far, and my board's tipping. Just a bit of harder stuff there. Try and make it an attractive impression of nothing really. Just put some in there just to fill those little bits in there. Okay, we'll need to harden up there, I think. So a bit of wet blue. As your paints get softer, you can get more of them into the wet paint, and they will actually stick without too much drying in. Look. And then, having re-wetted it, you can then put in some trees, some trunks anyway. Card. Just adds a little bit of, I can't do this too much, interest in that distance. Right, we need to do a bit more of the other side now, so I'm going to go back to the varnish brush. I've not tried one of these varnish brushes. They're good for this. Let's do a bit more beachy stuff here. No, just touching the, got a rogue hair there. Let's pull them out. Just touching the edge of the brush. Just trying to get some marks. No, I'm just going a little bit of harder stuff here. Bit of red in there, I think. Just to warm it up. Be careful with light red, it's such a strong colour. You can make more or less burnt umber by mixing a bit of Payne's grey with your burnt sienna, but I like my burnt sienna. So I find very useful. But we all have our favourites. My palette is very simple. As you know, it's lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna. And then let's just harden up a bit of that in here. Then I can lift out some branches and stuff. It's the simplicity of these things that I find attractive. But of course, overdoing it is not what you want to do. Okay, right. I think that is quite enough. I don't want to make the left look like the right, so I've got to put something in there, like a figure or something, just to bring the balance to one side. So maybe a figure in here with a fishing rod or something. Let's hope we don't ruin it. Let's put him in here, so we don't have to do all his legs. Oops. Some jeans, and a bit of a head, a shadow here and there. Put his little basket there. And just my blessing there. That will do. That's all I'm going to do on that. That's a bit of a signature. Probably a little bird. Just to link the sky with the land. Right, okay, that'll do. Let's put a mount on it. Get a bit of tape. Try and get the horizon more or less level. Right, well there's a nice simple little fishing scene there. Fishing on a lake. And I think he adds the balance, he pulls you to one side, otherwise you're flitting between the two more or less equal masses, but by weighting it on one side it pulls you, and then you can explore the other bits and pieces. I think there's quite enough drama going on in this background. Got the nice distant hills there. It's always tempting to put the fishing rod in with a fine pen or something, or even a pencil, because the rod really goes just a little bit too thick. But anyway, let's bring you round, have a look at that. I'm going to bring you down to the little fisherman. There he is, standing on the bank, catching nothing like I do. So I hope you enjoyed that. A bit experimental, trying to work my way back into the mood of doing watercolours and these simple things. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.